Yeah, Willie. I got it. I got it.
WOVU 95.9 FM, a Burton Bell Carr community radio station.
What's up with Blue?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Her in the Huddle, WOVU's Look at Sports, featuring the First Lady of Sports, Rachel Hill.
Hey, yo, what's up? It is a Tuesday. I keep forgetting it is not a Monday. It's kind of weird coming off of a Tuesday holiday. This is your girl, Rachel Hill, the First Lady of Sports, and I am here with Mr. Willie Epteen Jr. today. And I'm like, wow, it really is Tuesday. It's not Monday. So that's just one day less in the work week. Willie, what is up with you today? How are you?
Yo,
Yes,
I got my Vegas hat on.
I see.
I got my football reporting on, my covering on, and we had a super show of which we told everybody who was going to win the Super Bowl and why. And in case y'all didn't know, football is back. Cleveland is the city that I come from. So run. What's up?
Nothing. So today is the last show in which there's no football until February. I think February 21st of 2022. So
we don't even talk about the date. Let's get there.
I know, but I'm super happy because I got 6 more months of Sundays, and then I get so depressed when it's over. I get so depressed, but we're going to open up with baseball, and then we'll probably talk a little football the rest of the show, because one of the things I didn't mention is, the Browns open up against Kansas City Chiefs, but I want to look at the Kansas City Chiefs schedule as well. So there's some things that I was noticing when it came to their schedule, and you might, since that's actually in the division of your favorite team, you might be able to hit me to some of the things that Kansas City got up their sleeve against some of the teams in their division. So, but super excited. So I don't know if you were able to catch last night's game, Cleveland Indians. Excuse me. Oh my gosh, sorry, the Cleveland baseball team. I'm just gonna start calling them Guardians. So the Cleveland Guardians last night, they took an L to Minnesota. Right now, they're 8-3 against Minnesota this season. I don't know what it is about Minnesota. Minnesota is one of the worst teams in the AL Central, and the Guardians have just struggled against this team. I don't know what it is. Willie, what are your thoughts? You've been watching our baseball team. What are your thoughts? Why do they struggle against this team? And we all know that Minnesota hits the long ball really well. One of the second best team in all of Major League Baseball when it comes to home runs. What is it against this team that the Indians couldn't, the Cleveland baseball team? I need another vacation. What is it that the Cleveland Guardians can't do against the Minnesota Twins?
Well, wait a minute now. You said that Cleveland is 8-3 against Minnesota?
8-13.
Oh, 8-13.
8 wins and 13 losses. And this is one of the second worst team in the division.
Okay. Yeah, because I was like, well, wait a minute. If they're 8-3, how's that struggling? But now, since you've clarified it, it goes to what Natalie Turk said. And y'all, we need to say some prayers for Natalie Turk right now, because she's going through some things, and I'm not one to tell her business, but just know, sis, that we love you and we are praying for you, and that you are definitely in our hearts. And I'm going to text you a little later to check on you. But like she said way back earlier in the year, that this team seems to struggle against teams that are worse than they are. They proved it with Detroit. They proved it with Minnesota. They proved it with Baltimore. They've proven it. So I don't know why it is the way that it is. I mean, because if you look at it from a holistic standpoint, from a season-long standpoint, if they would have done what they needed to do against those teams that are done, maybe they wouldn't be done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's very true. That's very true. And it doesn't make any sense to me. It's hard for me to be able to put my finger on it. And they just the Twins have just kind of ran away with things in the games. And yesterday was kind of a close game. Well, they tied back up because right now the Cleveland baseball team has a home run hitting streak of 20 home runs, in which games that they have hit a home run. So that's a franchise record right there. So they can, hit home runs with the best of them sometimes. But I'm just kind of mystified as to what the issue is. And Marshawn Powers just got to studio. He was stuck out in that traffic right now, that pesky 6 o'clock traffic. So I got my 2-for-1 today. I got my Wednesday co-host in with me because there is no Her in the Huddle tomorrow. So he's on here today with me and Mr. Willie Epstein Jr. So Marshawn, maybe you might be able to tell Willie, because I can't tell Willie what the issue is, why they struggle so much against the Minnesota Twins this season. Do you have a theory?
I mean, they've been struggling with Minnesota's for some time now. I wouldn't even consider it just this season. You go back a few seasons now, they've always struggled with Minnesota. So I don't know, maybe it's just a psychic factor that Minnesota got on the Guardians right now. But I expected them to win that game yesterday, but
because you expected them to come back. It was 2-0. So then the Indians were able to put some runs on the board, Cleveland baseball team. And then they just went, and then I was about to say Pittsburgh, and then the Twins just got out and extended it even more. I mean, you didn't get a bad outing out of Logan Allen. It was a decent outing, but Minnesota plays very aggressive. They play very aggressive against the Guardians, and they just hop out on you, and they do a lot of damage. I think that, I don't know, it's like they read our pitching very well, and they want to swing at almost every first pitch, but it's just something in which the Cleveland Guardians, their game plan is not better than Minnesota's for each night that they play them. Now, they have been lucky to be able to get some victories, but their game plan, I don't think, is good enough.
Hey, Twins probably are the most disappointing team in the American League. Well, let me rewind that, because what the A's are doing, or what they haven't been doing these last 3 or 4 weeks, particularly last weekend and getting swept in Toronto, I'm going to say, but for that, the Twins are probably one of the most disappointing teams in all of the American League, based on what we've seen from them the last couple years, with the way they could hit the ball out of the ballpark. And when the deadline came, they started unloading pieces as we expected them to do. But hey, I don't know what the history is between the Twins and the Cleveland team out of the last couple years. I do know that there's a little bit of I won't say dominance, but at least some supremacy with the Twins over the Cleveland baseball team, because of the fact that the Twins won the division last year? Last year and the year before that.
I don't think they won the division last year. Did they win the division last year?
Mm-hmm. Yes, they did.
Okay. All right. I trust your research. For whatever reason, it don't seem like they did.
They won.
Trust your research.
They was 36-24. They won.
Okay.
Yeah.
They had a game up on us in Chicago.
Oh, okay.
You don't remember the last week of the season where it was coming down to those three teams?
No, I don't remember. That seemed like a lifetime ago.
It does. I mean, it does.
This team has been so average. It just feel like it's been a lifetime ago. We've been some type of good.
And just the timeline with COVID and the 60 games, that don't even seem like it happened. It seemed like the season was longer than what it was, because they did the World Series and everything. So the COVID season seemed longer than what it really was. But man, remember last year, what was like one game equal to what? Almost 3 games?
It seemed like it. And
last year.
That's what I loved about last year's season. I didn't like the number. I didn't like the number 60. I would say maybe 120 to maybe 130.
Really?
If there was ever talk of the Major League Baseball season being shortened. But last year, what was so great about it was just like this. Just like Clemson lost on Saturday.
Oh, we're going to get to that.
Every game truly mattered last year in the MLB season.
Yeah. I right now we don't have to play the Twins anymore. We got Milwaukee coming into town, so it is what it is. But the Guardians have to figure out a game plan to be able to pitch to and figure out how to play defense on the Minnesota Twins. They just got to figure out a way, and next year they'll have to figure it out. So that is what it is. But there is good news on the injury front. Aaron Savali is going to be pitching tonight, so that is huge. He's been gone since May of this year with a sprained right middle finger, so he is going to be on the mound tonight against the Milwaukee Brewers. So how excited are you guys to see him back?
Oh, most of that. Oh, big excited. You know, he was at least to me is. I mean, we're getting one of our starting pieces back. You know, no disrespect to like Logan Allen and all of the guys that still should be in AAA right now. But
we're playing Minnesota tonight again.
Yeah, you just weren't cutting it. So I thought we had Minnesota for 4.
Yeah, I'm looking ahead because we not hardly ever play the Milwaukee Brewers, so I'm actually excited about them coming into town. So my bad, y'all.
Are you already over the Minnesota series?
I'm already at the weekend, right? Because I'm ready for some football, so I'm already at the weekend right now.
I told you.
So
what did I tell you last week? I told you once the official football week came, the baseball team will matter.
They do matter to me.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Baseball does matter to me. All baseball players matter. But right now I'm kind of like my mind is kind of wondering all day while I'm at work and stuff like that. I'm just like, I'm ready for 425 on Sunday. But, right now, while the Guardians are in session, they are important. Even though we know that they're not making it to the playoffs, we might as well see what we can look forward to next year as far as your field positions and things like that. What are you going to do with outfield, the infield, and things like that? These young players, there kind of was a lot of good things to come out of this season. Some players were able to make impacts, even though there were a lot of injuries, which sucked. But Aaron Savali is coming back. Shane Bieber right now, he is. They hope to have him pitching within the next few days. I know that they want to do a bullpen session with him and then have him pitch down in the minors and then get him up. So there's a possibility that he could return back this season. So what are you guys' thoughts about him possibly being able to return back? Is it too late to turn things down, or we're just pitching, we're just taking every game as we take it and then see what happens? Just go ahead and see.
Nah, he needs to come back and get some work in because even though technically the Cleveland team is not going to be able to make the postseason this year, which is very sad, players still want to play. Yeah. They still want to play. So I wouldn't understand the fact, or I don't even see that happening. I don't even see if he's healthy, he's going to get out there and do something.
Yeah.
He wants to take that momentum into the offseason as well. And I believe that even at that level, there's still a level of confidence that needs to be boosted from time to time. And if you've been on the injured list pretty much for the entire season, you want to get that work in.
Yeah, that's very true. I hadn't even realized that, but he's been out since mid-June. So having him come back 3 months later and not shutting him down, I think will be better for him going into the future and better for the team as well. Knowing that you got 2 of your aces, because at the time, Aaron Savali was 10-2 and the second best pitcher in all of the American League, if not one of the best in baseball. So for him to get injured at the time he did, and you notice that this is probably one of the reasons why this team is not going to contend, because you lost 2 of your aces, and can't forget you lost Zach Plesac for a little bit. So that type of stuff is very decimating to your ball club. They talked about Terry Francona today, and Terry Francona did have his foot operated on. So now he is RoboFoot. So initially when he made the announcement that he was stepping down for the rest of the season to attend to health issues, he got his hip done. And then just today he had his foot down at the Cleveland Clinic. So do you guys think that Terry is going to be back, or is he done after going through all of this? So supposedly he's been watching games in the suites and stuff like that when the Indians have been in town. Do you guys think that it's over for him?
I think it is. I think, let's go back. Last year he left early. because of health reasons. The year before last, if I'm not mistaken, he left early because of health reasons. I mean, if the health reasons continue, then, put your pride to the side and just hang it up. I mean, I think, I'm not going to say hang it up, but I feel like if you still want to be around the organization, maybe, move to a front office position where, you can give an input on maybe who we sign, maybe some direction, to the Dolans as far as keeping the team, watchable is my position. So I definitely think, it's time for him to, give the keys to somebody else.
I believe I would like to see him come back. I know that's not the question, but I would like to see him come back. I just don't see this dude with all his championship pedigree, with everything he's accomplished. I don't see him being the type of person that wants to go out like this.
Even if, he keep having all these health issues, you don't think that, eventually he's going to have to say to himself, every year I've been operated on, maybe I need to put my health first and, step aside on being a manager and possibly going to a different position. This is all saying that, if he wants to still be around, because he could still have his name on the team if, he's in the front office position. Let's say he sways the Indians, to sign a max pitcher next year, we won't know that he did it, but behind the scenes, he'll still have his name on it and, still get that World Series ring that I think we'll win within the next 3 to 5 years.
You do?
Yeah, I think so. I think, honestly, this is me, I have wild, crazy thoughts at times, but I think that the Indians, at this point, it's kind of like a cursed name. It's a name that everybody has always wanted. We've had how many times we made it to the World Series and something that went against our luck has always happened. Games, rainstorm in this game, rainstorm in the playoff game. I think if you change the name to the Guardians, which relates to the city in some way, it could be like a good luck charm to the city. I don't know. And, we probably could see a leaf turn in the next 3 to 5 years and we start winning. Because they got a solid core. It's not like they have a bad team. I don't think any part of this team is bad. I just think you need to add on to it. Add some serious talent to it. It's a World Series team. This ain't a Detroit Tigers team. This ain't I can't say the Twins are better than that. This ain't a Texas Rangers. No disrespect down here to everybody in Dallas, but this ain't a Texas Rangers team. This ain't I don't know. This ain't a sorry team. This is an average team. This is a team that you could build on and stack something with it, actually win a World Series with.
Yeah, but you need to get some people that can hit the ball because right now they are not one of the best hitting teams in baseball. Now, if that rotation gets healthy and you're able to lock some of those young guys up, yeah, you can possibly win some stuff. But the way that they play around with this payroll, I don't know if that's really going to be possible.
$100 million minimum.
If it comes,
come on, Fred.
Now that's a different ball game right there. Listen. But as the way that they're currently operating, every time 2016 they were very talented, but they were very lucky. And you see that none of those guys are here today because they did nothing to lock them up. So and we don't even know if Jose Ramirez is going to be here, in the next year or so. So that's another thing. He's been our team since he tag team with Francisco Lindor, and he's been, the stalwart for our team since, Lindor has been gone. So there's a lot of question marks with those, but we got to go ahead and take our first break, fellas. We'll be right back. You've been listening to Her in the Huddle on WOVU and 95.9 FM. We'll be right back.
Oh, goodness. My allergies is kicking up, but as soon as I walked in.
You all right? You need to take some?
I'm good.
All right.
Hey, Rachel.
Where was you coming from when you hit 480? Oh, okay.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
I was about to stop and give me a smoothie. I was like, I don't think I'm gonna.
Oh, do I owe you one?
Yes.
I love
I'm not even going to say that. I was going to wait till we got on air.
I couldn't remember.
Yes, you did. Yes,
I couldn't remember what points I said.
You said they was going to beat them 42-10.
What was? Oh, I said 42-10.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I didn't even get them 20 points.
And you gave them 21. You said no. You said they was gonna beat them by 2. It might have been 42-10 or 42-20. I think you might have been 42-20. But you said they was
They
gonna
got
blow 'em out.
21.
I said they weren't gonna blow them. I said they was gonna win.
No, they got 31, right?
Yeah, they had 42-31.
Oh man. All right.
I knew they wasn't
All
gonna
right,
blow
next
them
week.
out, man. I knew that defense was pretty sorry. I knew they weren't gonna blow them out.
I forgot. Just that quick.
Man, you was over there getting mad as hell.
Man, look. Okay. Willie said something was going on.
Okay.
Okay. Let's text you that. All right, so it's me and you. It ended up working out. Thanks for coming in.
What happened?
And now he said something jumping off. So, but so I was like, thank you. It always work out, man, when you come in. And something done happen.
So nothing tomorrow?
No show tomorrow because they having special programming.
Okay.
The consent decree. They do it once a month on Wednesdays.
Okay.
So I thought it was going to be later this month, but apparently it's tomorrow. So
Okay.
I'm okay with that because it gives me a break. You know, I don't mind having 2 off days. You know, sometimes it's a lot coming in here 3 days a week, every day. I rarely ever take a show off.
Really?
So it's a lot. Trying not to get burnt out.
We about to move. My route location is about to move.
Okay.
So I'll keep you updated as far as maybe I'll come in on Mondays because now we deliver in Shaker, but on Sunday we about to deliver out Marlin Hills, Sugar and Falls there. So I'm gonna get a feel for it on Sunday and I'll let you know.
Okay.
'Cause I don't be messing around. I'll be telling others, I gotta get out of here. This job ain't that serious.
Yeah. Trust me, I know.
Y'all don't pay me enough to care.
Rachel Hill, the first lady.
What you talking about?
Oh, football. My dear. All right, welcome back to Her and Huddle WOVU and 95.9 FM. This is your girl Rachel Hill, the First Lady of Sports, and I am here with Mr. Marshawn Powers. And remember, you can always give us a call at 216-271-0959. You can download that WOVU app so you can listen to us on the go. You can also listen to us live on WOVU.org. So we always appreciate you listening. We know that you're listening. Feel free to call in. Don't be shy. We love to talk some sports with you. But Marshawn, when I sent you a text today, what did I tell you?
You told me you was ready for football.
What else did I say though? What else is important though? Besides just the show topic.
Oh, the last show without no football.
Yeah.
Till February 2022.
Yeah, Willie said don't give no date, but you know that's semantics. But this is the last show.
Yeah.
And
I'm so
we
ready.
don't have any football to talk
I'm so
about.
ready.
I think about it all day.
So since we won't be here tomorrow,
Yeah.
we gotta might as well give our predictions.
Oh yeah, we're gonna give them today. We're gonna give them in the last part of the hour. So but what are you thinking right now? Where's your mind at? Are you like daydreaming about this?
On college, I'm be honest.
You are?
Yeah. O State won. First. Then my Maryland Terps beat West Virginia. So I was
really?
just on cloud 9.
What was the score?
I know we won like on the last. We scored it, then we picked them up.
Okay.
So I was just on cloud 9. I went in. I drove down, watched it, had a few beers.
Oh, you went in person?
Yeah.
Okay.
I had to. It was only right.
Now, did you go to school in Maryland?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I went on campus. I was on campus for 2 years.
Okay.
And then COVID happened like midway through one of my years. Not this past school year, the year before. So when COVID first happened, so I moved home and started doing online. And I hate online school. I'm not
really.
I can't stand it.
Why?
I just don't adapt to online well.
Okay.
I've never been good.
Because I've never taken an online course, so you know that wasn't really big, and I don't know how big. I mean, I guess they had to be bigger at Ohio State, but Ohio State was one of the like last schools to really adopt online classes. Like they wanted you to be on campus or something. Yeah. So I've never taken an online course in my life, so I kind of like have no idea, you know, what it's really even like. You know,
I I took a break just because I was doing it during the spring. Kind of in the spring, I got burnt out. So I'm gonna just take a semester off for the fall, figure out, like get back there, and then in the spring just go back at it because I don't really have like 3 or 4 classes left, so it's not
Okay.
that bad. I gotta finish out.
So you're gonna leave me after I
No,
just
man,
found you?
heck no. Because listen, when I'm there, I'm gonna be on Streamlabs this time.
Okay.
So I'm still here. I'm still here, and then I always come home like at least once a month. So I may come home for like a week, do a show, do a weekend show, call it the Sean Special. You know. No, I ain't going
All
nowhere.
right.
I'm here.
All
I'm
right,
here.
you see me
Until-
hearing
hey,
my
until
voice
her
getting
and the
all
huddle-
sad.
Until her and the huddle go somewhere, I won't be going nowhere. I'm here.
All right, I
I'm in here
appreciate
like
that,
so.
man.
But no, man. So, I mean, as far as NFL type wise, like I just started to get like excited about NFL probably today. I was kind of like listen to the other radio shows out there. I feel like we could be better than. I ain't gonna say their names.
Yeah, don't say their names.
I listen to those other stations and stuff, and they be saying some stuff. I'll be listening to them. You know, but what I was listening to this one show. I ain't gonna say the name, but it was these 2 guys that kind of made me like ready because they was talking about how like they didn't really like the preseason and stuff like that. And
well, nobody likes that.
I actually enjoy the preseason.
You do? Why?
It's football.
Yeah,
is
I mean, I
football.
know, but it's just not the same. Have you ever been to a scrimmage before? Man, one time I went to a scrimmage between the Browns and the Buffalo Bills. I paid like $8. It was one of the worst things I ever seen because you couldn't it was like watching practice. Like you couldn't sack the quarterback. Like you couldn't do nothing. Yeah. So I was like, I paid $8 for this, and we ended up leaving early.
I don't even go to the training camp practices. Like that's a tease.
Yeah.
I feel like training camp practices for like family. Like you got kids, you want your kids to see the Browns. You're trying to introduce them to the Dog Pound family. You know. Then you take them in there, but like I'm not just about to go to a practice by myself. Unless I'm media, of course, that's different. No, I'm trying to get there. So Browns, if you're listening, that media pass, I need it. You know, I would love it. You know, my favorite team. I've always been a dream to cover them. So if you're listening, but like I just won't go. Like I want like a fan type. I'd rather just sit at home and wait for the season to happen. But I'm ready for this Chiefs game. I can't wait. 4:25 Sunday. I don't know. What are you doing? Like, how are you watching this game? Like,
I don't know. I was wondering. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to watch it somewhere. I don't know if I'm going to watch it at home. I don't know if I'll be down. Well, no, I ain't going to be at the game. But, you know, it was kind of funny because there were some cheap plane tickets to Kansas City. Right. So I actually thought about covering it on the road at first. But it didn't work out. But you know, I don't really know. Like, I'm super excited. I can't think about nothing else right now. I don't know if I want to watch it at home or do I want to watch it with people. And I'm not 100% sure that I want to watch it with people because I want to focus.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna watch this first. I'm gonna watch this first game. Then I'm gonna probably watch this first game now.
Yeah,
so I gotta be able to fully like grasp what's going on. If I'm watching it with people gonna want to ask questions. I can't really.
It's distracting.
Watch it. Yeah, so it's like watching the Super Bowl. I won't go to a bar and watch the Super Bowl. I gotta watch it at home. Like, I have a Super Bowl party, but I'm like to my side, like you know, actually focusing in on the game. Like I need to know what's going on.
Yeah.
I'll probably just grab me some refreshing beverages.
Yeah.
And it's probably chill at the house and watch it.
I don't know. I might end up watching with my dad. Sometimes we watch games together. It depends. You know, he can't figure out his Fire Stick. Yeah. So but I think the game will be on Fox. So he don't.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so.
No, it's on CBS.
It's on.
We got Tony Romo and Jim Nantz.
Oh yeah. Oh man. You got the A-team out there. But why does Tony Romo sound like an old 80-year-old man? Like his voice is so deep. Like I never knew how deep his voice was. And I'm like, this is really Tony Romo. Yeah. But so that means you got the A-team. That's the marquee game because there's other games that start at 4:25 as well. But that's the marquee game if you're sending the A-team there. But I don't know. That's a great question. I'm trying to figure it out because I'm like, I don't know if I really feel like being bothered with people because this is an important game and I want to be able to, you know, probably take some notes and, you know, some analysis because, you know, we're going to come in pumped the next day. Because, you know, a lot of people are, oh, my gosh, it's almost time to take another break. Wow. So we're gonna take a break right quick, and then we'll come back to we'll give some analysis because at the very end we'll give our numbers, but we'll get back to our football analysis about what we think going into this game. So we're gonna be right back. This is Her in the Huddle on WOVU 95.9 FM. We'll be right back. Dang, that was quick. I did go on a break a little late. That's the last
The
time.
first one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because normally I ended at 15.
But yeah, I always hit last. So always the last break. I'm always off on that one usually. So
Do you know who represents you in the Cleveland
I gotta
Community
remember to get that one in.
Commission? Do you know what they do? And how they facilitate
At the
communication
45.
with the Cleveland Police Department? Do you want to know how you can get more involved?
Yeah, because I wanted to go through Kansas City schedule too. Pull up Kansas City schedule when you get a chance. I wanted to go through that and play a little schedule game with them because I'm like, they kind of got a what perceived to be a tough schedule a little bit. So they play the Bills again. They got Green Bay as well. So they who to say that they're gonna be able to win all those games? And you know that the Vegas Raiders played them tough both times,
Last year, should have won.
and they beat them once, didn't they?
Yeah.
Both times they played them tough though.
Find out what has been accomplished and
Ticket
what's
was
looking to be done
$99.
to improve communication
Huh?
between the
They got
Cleveland
some
Police
tickets.
Department and the community. Find out how citizens can get more involved. This conversation will be moderated by
That was-
David Evans, president of the George Gunn Foundation. For more information and free registration, visit UnitedWayOfGreaterCleveland.org. That's UnitedWayOfGreaterCleveland.org for the 9th conversation on the consent decree. We'll broadcast it live right here on WOVU.
Yeah, this is the thing that they got tomorrow.
WOVU.org.
Because on the 22nd, I might not be able to do that show, but if I can get a guest co-host, you can, be with them.
Okay. That'll be
So that I'm gonna check with him because he hosts the show on Thursdays here.
Okay.
So, and then you can just come in and help him.
NAACP and WOVU 95.9 FM.
I got a work
Voices
function.
United, a Burtonville Car community radio station.
Welcome back to Her in the Huddle with Rachel Hill, the First Lady of Sports.
All right, welcome back to Her in the Huddle, WOVU 95.9 FM. This is your girl Rachel Hill, the First Lady of Sports, and I am here with Marshawn at Powers. Marshawn, do you have a radio moniker that you go by?
No, not yet.
That's okay. You don't have to do one.
Nah,
You can
I
just
just
go
be-
by yourself.
Yeah,
Your
I
name.
just be chilling, going by my name.
Yeah,
Going
do
by my
you?
name, Yeah. I mean, that's funny. A lot of people ask me. I got a lot of nicknames growing up. I ain't gonna say them on air like my mom did.
Yeah.
I just go by who I am.
Yeah, that's cool because I'm just like Marshawn Powers.
That's cool.
But
Yeah.
you be you.
Everybody know me as that.
Yeah, you just your name.
Yeah.
Just your name, and that's okay. Just like Tina Turner said, she just won her name. So, this game that we are going into, Browns are 6-point dogs.
That's ridiculous.
What say you?
I think, what did we lose by last time?
5 points.
5 points.
Wasn't it 17,
22-17.
22-17? Yes.
All right, so we lost by 5 points now. So you mean to tell me, with all the additions we made, arguably we probably had the best offseason of any team, one of the top. I don't think Kansas City had a better offseason than us. So you're telling me that with all the moves we made, Kansas City lost a few players, Sammy Watkins, which that's arguably is that a minor move, minor loss, big loss.
He's still there, ain't he?
No, he went to Baltimore.
Oh, okay.
But you're losing a lot of players. You restructure your offensive line. You have a team that has the best offensive line, arguably. So you mean to tell me you're a point better now? I think that's a little crazy. I would definitely bet the Browns 6-point dogs. I would take the Browns on the 6 points easily, because only thing I really, we'll have a worry about is, what's the defense going to look like? We didn't see the defense complete. the preseason. You know, Miles or Jadavion didn't play. You know, what are they going to do at D tackle? Is the secondary going to stay healthy? Things of that nature. Linebackers, you know, things of that nature. But offensively, I think we can go blow for blow with Seattle. I think we go blow for blow with Kansas City. You know, I don't think Kansas City has a better. Like I said, they got the better quarterback, the better coach, the better tight end. I don't think they have a better running back room than us.
Okay.
I don't think they have a better line than us.
But what about receiver Tyreek Hill?
They have a better receiver.
Than who on our team?
Now you put me in a tough position because at the end of the day, I like Donovan Peoples-Jones. You know, he hasn't broken out yet.
Okay.
That's tough, man.
But if you got Odell on the field,
yeah, like is he better than Odell? Like I don't know.
And
a healthy Odell,
yeah,
probably not. But because like I say, your best ability is availability, and Odell hasn't been available. Yeah. He's been better than the Odell lately. Of course, I ain't gonna argue that. But you know, when I take a healthy Odell versus a healthy Tyreek Hill, probably because you could do more with Odell. You know, and Odell's a natural receiver. I mean, Tyreek Hill is a running back converted receiver. You know, some people may call me crazy on that, but you know, I'm going to take the guy who's natural at his position. You know, like Dimitri Felton on our team. You know, he doesn't have a natural position. He's a hybrid running back / receiver. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, no, I think if we can contain them and we can score. You know, run the ball, set the pass up through the run. I ain't gonna say my prediction yet, but that's
we're gonna say that for the very end.
That's my key. What you think they got?
But also too, when you think about it, you have to think about the edge rushers that we have. So you know, you got Jadeveon Clowney, you got Myles Garrett. So you're gonna have two people coming from the edge against three new offensive players on the offensive line for Kansas City. So you know, recently you just saw action in these preseason games, but when it's coming to your real raw and uncut, that's gonna be different. And I have a feeling that the offensive line is gonna take a little bit to gel together, especially in these regular seasons. And the Browns defense got better overall and they got faster. So this is something that, you know, wasn't anticipated, but the Browns obviously had to do something because they wasn't going to be in the window Super Bowl with the defense they put out on the field last year. So they upgraded the defense almost every position. You're better in every position. And JOK is supposed to, he said he planned on starting. So I believe he's going to start. I'm like, well, okay, that's bold. You said you plan on starting, so that means Kevin Stefanski plans on starting him. So I don't, you know, a dynamic linebacker as he is, and he hasn't even played a NFL down just yet. I mean, you know, he played snaps preseason, but the real regular season down, and I think he's going to be one of the keys to victory. I think I said that before though. But I think he's going to be one of the keys in this game in his linebacker play. You know, this dude is ready for the moment, and I'm just ready for him to get out there. And
you think he's going to start over Mac, though?
Why not? I mean, what does Mac really have done, though?
Nothing, but I think here's my thing that I always like griped at the Browns about, you know, and this is one of the reasons why I feel like back then, like in the years prior before we started to get good, why we were terrible as well. We really didn't. We had a lot of young players, but really didn't have no veteran leadership on there. No older guys that can put the younger guys in the headlock if they get out of shape and stuff like that. You know, if Mack Wilson was on one of those 4-12, 5-11 teams, pretty sure Mack would have been off the edge or something like that. I'm pretty sure Mack wouldn't have been stand up. Mack would have probably got in trouble, something like that. You know, it's just pure speculation. This ain't no fact. This is what I think. But the simple fact that, you know, he got a guy like Anthony Walker behind him. You know, Anthony Walker is like a big brother to him, keeping him in shape, keeping him in line. Yeah. You're starting to see a different Mack, you know, because let's be honest, going into training camp, Mack Wilson probably, if training camp, if you would have had to do 53 men at the beginning of the training camp, I don't think Mack Wilson would have made that roster. This is assuming Jacob Phillips was still healthy and everything. Because, you know, let's be honest, his first 2 years, he wasn't really that good. But, you know, only thing I've heard out of camp is positive things about Mack. You know,
yeah, which I'm glad. Yeah. I'm happy.
So I think as long as Mack is still, you know, having that underrated chip on his shoulder that he hasn't completed anything. I think if he plays hard, that'll be the thing that keeps JOK off the field unless they move JOK to the strong side and Taki start messing up. Then it's a whole different situation. So I think I think JOK could either take Taki or Matt Wilson's job if they struggle.
Yeah, I also think about Greg Newsome as well. So Denzel Ward, obviously he's going to take the tougher assignment, but that frees up, they'll probably try to pick on Greg Newsome a little bit, which is okay. But
cool.
if you take away Tyreek Hill, so, this is going to be, a battle in the trenches and whoever can control the line of scrimmage. But I think, Kansas City has to worry about our weapons too. And if you have a healthy Odell, you don't know how they're going to game plan for him. What packages, that you're going to be running Odell and when you're going to choose to throw the ball to him.
Exactly.
And he'd be a threat down the field for you.
Exactly. I mean, I feel like, the Browns got 4, like, I'm talking about, like, threats, like, complete threat. Like, you put Odell, Hollywood Higgins, DPJ, Jarvis, you put all 4 of them on the field, that they give them and let them go one-on-one, like, they easily will beat their man. And then, unfortunately, I didn't see Schwartz play at Auburn. I didn't see him play in the preseason because he was hurt all training camp. So, hold on. I'm excited to see what he's going to do this year. I'm excited to see what he's going to do when they put him out there. Certain packages they have. Is he going to just give him some packages? Is he going on a straight vertical route? Burn the safety, get open. I'm excited to see Demetri Felton. I'm excited to see Chubb. I'm excited to see everybody now, man. Now that I'm actually looking at this first unofficial depth chart. That's when I know game week is here. Because you get to see the injury reports and all like that. I'm ready to go. Let's get there.
And think about the defensive backfield with Troy Hill and John Johnson as well coming over from the Rams. So that's another added addition to the defense that we didn't have. So I'm like, Kansas City has to stop us as well.
Exactly.
I hope that they're not taking this game lightly, because when you do, you think that this is the same old Browns. I hope that the result is the opposite of what everybody think is going to be.
I think last year we garnered the respect of. I don't know if the Steelers yet. That's yet to be seen. I want to see us play the Steelers first to see if we got their respect yet. But I feel like around the league now, like we got the respect of people because we're not coming out with that dog mentality. We coming out with that. We know who we are, and y'all gonna give us our respect, or whether y'all like it or not.
So you don't think the Pittsburgh Steelers respect us after we beat their butt?
I still don't think so. No. Because when you hear things by Chase Claypool the next week, like, I know you remember when they said that we was gonna get clapped by Kansas City, we only lost by 5. I still don't think then that we had their respect. I think we will have to beat them more than once, because in their eyes that probably was a fluke loss.
Yeah, but we beat them right before the playoffs as well, 2 weeks in a row. So that's okay. Let them keep on talking, but that's why you play the game. That's why you lace up your shoes and kick off the ball. So you can only talk for so long, and you better back it up. So what are your thoughts about the AFC North? Do you think this will come out on top?
I hope we do.
Yeah,
I think we got the right team, the right recipe to come out on top. Baltimore
down another running back.
They down 2 running backs. They just brought in Le'Veon on the tryout. So I'm not sure on them. I'm not sure about. We all know Pittsburgh always gonna have that steel curtain defense, but offensively, I don't know what that offensive line is gonna look like. They got the running backs, they got the wide receiver room. Cincinnati, I think. People always say I'm like not a real Browns fan because I say Cincinnati got the best trio of wide receivers in the whole AFC North. I personally believe that. But at the end of the day, like, what that offensive line gonna look like, what the defense gonna look like, they need better coaching. So I just think everybody except for the Browns got what ifs. I don't think the Browns have no true holes in their roster. Only thing that I expect is number 6 to play like he's supposed to play like the number 1 pick, because there's no excuses coming this season. I'm not giving Baker no excuses this season. You have everything that any quarterback could wish they could have. So I
And
think
some
it's
of
a
the
clear
best
cut
in the
for us to
league
win
at
the
it.
North. Yeah, I think it's a clear cut for us to win the North. If we don't win the North, I would be surprised.
Well, what about this? Because we're gonna go to break in a second. But do you think with Baltimore having 2 running backs go down, that Lamar Jackson is going to be running even more now?
No,
And
I think you still have guys out there that you could probably bring in. And I don't think Ty Gurley is done. I wouldn't be surprised if they said screw it, brought in Le'Veon and Ty Gurley.
yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised, and I would consider that as like a, what's the word I'm looking for? It's like when you're, what's the word I'm looking for? Man, the type of move when you're, I can't think of the word. But anyways, it's like I wouldn't call it an emergency move, but I would call it like I'm gonna have to think of this while we're on break. It's
and not anticipation.
No. It's kind of like when you're forced to do something, like those type of moves.
Or you could just say that.
Yeah, like a forced move. Like
Yeah.
you have no you don't really have a choice but to make that move. And there's really not a lot of good. Well, Latavius Murray is out there now, so that's a name I would pick up. He didn't want to take a pay cut with the Saints, so they ended up cutting him. So you can sign him. You can easily pick up Latavius off the claims, or like I said, Le'Veon's out. So I don't think it's going to really affect Lamar too much. They just paid Mark Andrews a lot of money, so it ain't going to do nothing but probably force them to throw him the ball more, use him more. So
yeah. At first, I was worried about that, but I'm like, okay, we have a different defense.
Yeah.
So I can relax a little bit. So, all right, we're going to go ahead and take this last break. So we'll be right back. You're listening to Her in the Huddle on WOVU 95.9 FM. We'll be right back.
That I see. I know what it feels like. Scary, stress, pain.
Not anticipation. Start with an A or?
No one understands. I see.
Duke Johnson is on the Jacksonville Jaguars practice squad.
Really?
I didn't even know he could go to the practice
This
squad.
message of hope
Yeah.
is from the Alcohol, Drug Addiction, and Mental Health Services Board of Cuyahoga County. The Suicide Prevention.
Well, it's him or Nick Chubb.
WOVU.
Bye-bye, Duke.
5.9 FM.
He couldn't run the ball here.
A Burtonville Park Community Radio Station.
He's a good pass catcher.
Yeah,
But he definitely.
because he was like third that season. But we got people who can catch the ball now.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't feel bad for him, but he'll be all right. He got rich people's problems. He still made more money than me.
$18 million, man. You should never go broke.
These Negroes do though. So talk a little Ohio State.
Yeah, we can talk about that.
I guess we're never gonna get to the Alliance. I've been trying to get to that.
Hey, the Lions beat up on LSU this weekend. That's what I'm talking
Hey man, good. I'm happy.
about. UCLA beat up on.
Oh, we going till 7 today, so we got a little bit of time. Man, I literally had to be talked off the ledge. All right, welcome back to Her in the Huddle, WOVU and 95.9 FM. This is your girl, Rachel Hill, the First Lady of Sports. So, and some other football news, the Texans named Tyrod Taylor as their starter. What are your thoughts about that, Marshawn? For how long will he start for?
For
Tyrod Taylor has been named the starter
no,
for.
he's gonna start the whole season.
Okay.
I mean, unless they cleared Deshaun for like immediately, Deshaun got a paid season. I ain't mad at it. Well, okay, let me because he did allegedly get 20 different
22.
massages.
22.
22 different massages. So
masseuse therapist.
yeah, masseuse
I kind of
therapist.
don't understand why he just didn't go to one,
Yeah.
but okay.
Until the actual factual, which probably will never come out because he's looking to settle now, so I don't think it will never come out. I personally don't think that we'll see Deshaun this year until all of this cleared up. And the guy that they drafted behind him, Davis Mills, he's not ready to go out there, man. He was crushed out there. He didn't look good in preseason, so I think Tyrod's going to be the starter for Houston the whole season. They're clearly trying to tank. See where they land next year. See if they can either get a good pick.
What you say they're trying to take by starting Tyrod?
Yeah.
Man, when did Tyrod come out and ball and they make the playoffs?
What? They don't have it. They got 3 good running backs. I'll give them that. They're really thin that wide receiver. Houston ain't never, and since I've been alive, the Houston Texans never had a great tight end. Defense
That's
is
true.
suspect, so I think they're clearly tanking, because in my opinion, if they weren't tanking, if they really cared, they would definitely say, look, Deshaun Watson's eligible to play. We don't care. He's going to play.
Yeah.
So the fact that they're letting him sit.
Well, do you think part of it because he didn't want to come back anymore?
You still getting paid?
Yeah.
I look at it like this, man. That's why I couldn't be in the front office because it's like at the end of the day, I'm still paying you.
Yeah.
So as long as you're cashing a check with my team name on it or that I'm paying you, you're going to be here whether you like it or not. Simple as that.
Yeah.
If you don't want to be here, I don't want you here, but we have to be here. Like some days I don't want to get up and go to work. I'm still paying. You're still paying me. So, hey, as long as we cashing you on this $100 million check, this contract you just signed legally, you're supposed to be here. So you're going to be here. You're going to play until we find the suit that we want. I think some teams, that's what they give in. Like the Rockets made hard to play even though he was fat out of shape. Looking like he gained about 60 pounds out there. They still made him play. So I would have made Deshaun play, but I don't know.
All right, so Dallas Cowboys are down Zach Martin for the opening. Center, signal caller. Oh, well, not signal caller, but, sets up the, offense and all that. And
They still
calls
gonna
out the
lose.
defense.
They going to lose. Tampa's going to smoke them.
Oh, yeah. So it don't even matter that he out. But a lot of people are picking Dallas as a sleeper pick to make the wild card.
In my opinion, they're the best team they're the best team in their conference. Their division. I think they're slightly better than Washington. Washington got a good defense, but I can't trust Ryan Fitzmagic for a full season. I can't trust the Giants. I'm not sold on Jalen Hurts just yet. I'm not sold on him just yet. So
yeah, the best team in their division,
the
NFC
division
East, they
is
suck.
Dallas.
Everybody in NFC suck.
Yeah, pretty much. So
they probably will make the playoffs.
It's not saying a lot.
Just like Washington made the playoffs, they'll probably make the playoffs too. Dang, what was there? Was there one more thing I had regarding football? I can't even remember. But let's move to Ohio State. We got about 8 minutes left in the show. Ohio State, a big win over Minnesota or just regular win on the road Thursday night? Fox 18, Gus Johnson, my boy.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts about Ohio State and the performance that they had against Minnesota?
First of all, it was hard to pay attention to the game and pay attention to my guy Gus.
And me texting you.
Yeah, you texted me because you was freaking out, listening to Gus, watching the game. I was just all over the place. But was it a great win? Was it a win that you expected that I'm about to get this smoothie off of next time I see you? No,
yeah, we did bet on air, so it is on there that I owe you a smoothie.
So no, it wasn't that type of win. It was a solid win, though. They started out slow. CJ Stroud had he had the nervous ticks in his body. I was listening to I ain't gonna say this radio station, but they had Cardale Jones on this morning, and he pretty much was saying, like, in a sense, like he thinks CJ Stroud might have felt like he kind of had to do it all alone by himself, like be the savior. When honestly, you got all this talent around you.
Yeah, you got the best wide receiver corps with Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave.
Listen. I don't think they're the best wide receiver duo. I think they have the best upside, but wide receiver duo, I don't think so.
Who else got a better wide
Maryland.
receiver room? Oh God.
Listen,
Are you
my
being
guy-
are you being for real?
yes,
Okay.
my God, Maryland set the record for school record for most receiving yards by a duo this past weekend against West Virginia. 225 passing receiving. They put up some numbers. I didn't know 255. I'm sorry. They put up some numbers this weekend.
Ooh.
I think it's gonna be. I'm excited to see the run between them and Olave and Garrett Wilson to see who's gonna be the best. You know, I'm excited to see that. But no, I mean when you arguably got one of the top receiver cores in Olave and Garrett Wilson, and I can't think of the third string guy that's from Texas that has some solid hands. But if you got those three plus guys behind them, that's one of the best wide receiver rooms in all of America. So you don't have to do everything by yourself. I think once he finally settled in and seen how he was missing wide open reads, because the interception that he threw, Garrett Wilson was wide open. Like nobody was on him. So once he actually settled down, I think it was like he had the green light to go from after that.
Yeah. It was much better.
They put the foot on the gas. It wasn't nothing Minnesota could do after that.
But it was looking a little suspect for a little bit. You know,
Mhm.
Minnesota had the momentum. You know, the fans were going crazy. Hostile environment on the road Thursday night. When has Ohio State ever opened up on the road Thursday night? I don't think that's ever happened.
Indiana.
On Thursday night?
Yep, a few
Okay.
years ago.
Yeah, what is up with that?
Indiana.
Why we got to keep on opening up on the road? Why can't we play at home?
Because listen, it's Ohio State. I learned. I figured it out. If Ohio State play on Saturday with you got the Alabama versus another top school, Clemson versus another top school, they're not really gonna get that spotlight like they want. You know, especially if they play at 12 o'clock. There's a top team playing at 12. There's a good game playing at 12. You know, but if they play on a Thursday night when they're playing a Big Ten school, it's all eyes on them. Who else is? What else was on Thursday at 8 o'clock? Nobody.
No.
Nobody.
Thoughts about the Georgia Clemson game? I'm like, to me, I'm looking at two teams who don't look like they deserve to be ranked in the top 10. And then they moved up to 2 after beating Clemson. I'm like, Clemson looks terrible.
Yeah, it's early.
But they look terrible.
Yeah, I feel like Georgia. I like Clemson's quarterback, DJ Ukulele, whatever.
Ukulele.
Yeah, Ukulele. I like him. I think that was his first start against the SEC team. Kind of threw him in the fire. I think he, now he understands. I think that was the best team that he could have faced for his first game. You get smacked in the mouth. Now you about to see the real DJ Ukulele. I think he's gonna be an animal.
Well, yeah, they play in the Cupcake Conference, the ACC.
And
then North Carolina lost.
We cannot talk bad about anybody in the Alliance. You can't talk bad about nobody in the Pac-12. Can't talk bad about nobody in the ACC and the other team. We're the Alliance.
Yeah, I can. We can keep it real though.
UCLA beat LSU. That's a win for the Alliance.
Yeah, that was good.
No, I'm just joking with you. But no, it was a fun weekend for college football as a whole. I felt like a kid in the candy store. I'm mad I got to work Sunday, so I'm gonna miss a lot of games. But no, I ain't missing that 425.
I was about to say what you gonna do at 425.
I ain't missing that 425. I'm gonna tell one boss, listen, it's against my religion. I ain't missing.
But the Indians play at 1:10, so hopefully they'll be done. The Cleveland baseball team.
I'm saying who play at 1:10?
The Cleveland baseball team.
We got a baseball team?
Yeah, we do, and they play at 1 o'clock, 1:10. So I'm like, if I do go to the game, I'm hoping that they will. No, I'm not going to go to the game. I got something planned already.
You never heard of them after today.
Yeah, I know.
No, I'm just joking.
Yeah, I'm going to go watch them right now. But yeah, that's crazy. It started at 6 o'clock today? I can't keep up with them. Keep on switching the days and the times. But yeah, let's go Cleveland baseball team. I'm gonna turn it on when I get in the car.
All right, let's get out of here.
Okay, predictions though. We got a minute left.
All right, so I'm gonna go. Pat Mahomes gonna have a big game because I got him in fantasy. I ain't gonna lie, but I'm gonna go. My Cleveland Browns going 1-0. 34.
Oh, you can't take my score.
27.
I was say
Kansas City takes a L.
Now I gotta find another score.
I
was gonna say 34-30.
Oh, no. Okay. You got your 4 points.
Yeah, I know, but
you
you can't take my score. But okay, 34-30. I'm not betting you anything because I gotta make sure.
No, We don't
I gotta
bet
get
on the
this-
Browns.
I gotta get the smoothie to you
Okay, listen.
on the points.
Okay.
Our points.
We can that. I'll wait till next Tuesday to get that.
I'll take the points. So,
Okay.
all right, Marshawn, thank you for coming in today. I appreciate you.
already know
And
you.
go Browns. This is Her and Huddle will not be on tomorrow because of consent decree. Make sure you listen up. It is great programming about what the city needs to do in the future. So make sure you keep it tuned here at 6:00 tomorrow for that programming. And you've been listening to Her in the Huddle, and we are out of here. Hopefully Chris for sure.
WOB